I'll bring in now on this broadcast R.K. Upadhyay, senior journalist. We also have B.S. Arun, senior journalist, with us on this broadcast. Good evening to both of you. Thank you very much for joining me. Mr. R.K. Upadhyay, I'll begin with you. What do you make of all the buzz? Do you think that this is D.K. Shivakumar essentially making one final push to be made the chief minister? Because the speculation is that if there's going to be a change, it could happen in September.
Well, Akshata, there is definitely, I think there is going to be a change, whether it is September, October, or it is by November, because November is the time when I think the 2.5 years so-called deadline for change of baton is supposed to happen. So he will keep up the issue alive, and he will not let it go. It's very clear that he's playing a very sober waiting game, and he's putting all the onus on the high command. See, very cleverly he's saying that it is up to the high command to take the decision, and he has a very big point there, because he needs the high command support to become chief minister. If you go by the numbers, obviously the number of MLAs supporting Siddaramaiah is much more than those supporting Shivakumar. So he obviously requires that support from the high command. And if that 2.5 years, power sharing formula is really there, and Siddaramaiah has to vacate. But he is sticking on to the position, and he says he's there for 5 years. Every once a week, he makes that statement that I'm going to be there 5 years. This is what is irritating Siddaramaiah. And Shivakumar goes on saying that I will be there. I mean, and the fact that now Brahmapuri Sri is coming out and saying very strongly that Shivakumar needs to be given the chief minister's post is very significant. I think
we'll talk about the Lingayat factor in just a bit, but I just want to bring in Mr. Arun also for his opening comments. There are a lot of comparisons right now, Mr. Arun, with other states. For example, Rajasthan, where you had the High Command very clearly siding with Ashok Gehlot when Sachin Pilot was speaking out saying, "Give me the power." Do you think it's a fair comparison? Because in this case, many would argue that the High Command also is reliant on D.K. Shivakumar.
I don't think it's a proper comparison, mainly because Sachin Pilot sort of revolted against the High Command, and he was opposed to the Chief Minister, then Chief Minister Gehlot. So to that extent, the comparison is not apt. And here the situation is different in the sense that D.K. Shivakumar is a very loyal soldier of the Congress party, of the leadership, and the same goes with Siddaramaiah. And he has never said at any point of time, as your correspondent rightly mentioned, that that he's one with the High Command. He will go with whatever the High Command says. Things like that. So comparing Rajasthan situation is not apt. Although it's a fact that Sachin Pilot, after he came back and made truce, he and Gehlot are moving together now to bring the Congress party back to power in Rajasthan. So the situation in Karnataka, as many are saying, is in a sort of a we are waiting to see what's going to happen in the next 3-4 months, because October, November, is the 2.5 years completion of Siddaramaiah, and the statement made by Kharge here is important. Last week only he said that the High Command will decide what's going to happen in Karnataka. The AICC president saying this, I think, has a lot of meaning, and he knows what he's talking, and maybe it's a precursor to the things to come in Karnataka.
It's quite clear that if the High Command wanted to send out a message that there was no 2.5-year CM rotation plan that was put in place, they could have very clearly dismissed it and said Chief Minister Siddaramaiah will complete all 5 years. Instead, you've had that comment come in only from one person, from Siddaramaiah himself. All others have said, wait and see, let's see what the High Command says. The High Command themselves have kept mum for now. I'll request both Mr. Upadhyay and Arun to stay with me. Let's just play out for you what's happened in the last 10 days or so that's got all of this buzz going once again about whether there's going to be a CM change in Karnataka. The statements that have come in from Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivakumar. And the reason we're putting this out for you is because you can see a very, very clear contrast, a contradiction in the messaging from the two leaders.
ನೀವಿಬ್ರು ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ
ನಾವು ಇಬ್ರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಲ್ವಾ?
ಸರ್ ತಂದಾಕುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದಾರ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಬ್ರು ನಡುವೆ ತಂದಾಕುವಂತ
ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ ಚರ್ಚೆನೂ ಬೇಡ. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗಲಿ. ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಖರ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು. ಇವರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ಅವರು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಸ್ಸೀಮರು. ಬರೀ ಸುಳ್ಳೇ ಹೇಳೋದವರು, ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳೋದು ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರು ನಂಬ್ತಾರ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಾನು ಮೈಸೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, 5 ವರ್ಷ ನಾವೇ ಅಧಿಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್? I have to stand by him. I support him, and I don't have any objection to it. Whatever the party high command tells and whatever he desires, it will be fulfilled.
So you've seen the two statements that have come in. There's no animosity between the two leaders. They've ensured that Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar have made it very clear that, look, they're not against each other, they're not rebelling against each other. But this is Siddaramaiah trying to say, I will remain the chief minister for 5 years, and DK Shivakumar essentially trying to claim his slice of the power pie. Mr. Upadhyay, you were talking about the importance and relevance of a Lingayat seer providing his support to DK Shivakumar. What do you really make of the development? How does it really help Shivakumar's push to say, look, I've got enough support if I need to be made the chief minister?
You see, Shivakumar already has the support of Vocaligas very strongly. And if the Lingayats also come on board, that will strengthen his case. See, Lingayats are cut up with Siddaramaiah, thanks to this the so-called caste census report, which relegates the Lingayats' importance, in the caste hierarchy. In fact, the numbers put out show, according to this survey, that the Muslims come number 1. And then, until now, the assumption has been that the Lingayats constitute the largest single community in Karnataka at 16 to 17%. Now, this survey puts them at 13%. And also the permutations and combinations in terms of a reservation done by this Siddaramaiah government, gives them 8%. Whereas Siddaramaiah's own community, which is far less than Lingayats, gets 12%. So all this has riled the Lingayats very much, and they are now backing Shivakumar. They know that he will not go ahead with that. So that is one reason. I think the other is that Shivakumar knows that he doesn't have the number, and the High Command has to take a call on this. That's the reason why he's not being overly aggressive, but he knows that the High Command will come to his rescue when it's required. And it's very interestingly, this backward classes committee in which Siddaramaiah has been made a member, it's a very clear signal to him that he should take up other responsibilities. I think the Siddaramaiah should see the writing on the wall. Probably these indications will start coming towards him, and by I think October we will have a clear picture.
Mr. Arun, what do you think? There's a lot of talk that Siddaramaiah is a very powerful leader. There's no denying that. He's got huge support, not just among the masses, but within the Karnataka Congress as well. So if, there is an announcement that DK Shivakumar is taking over as the chief minister, do you see some sort of rebellion, revolt within the party, or everyone falling in line?
See, Shivakumar wants to avoid exactly that. He wants to take the supporters of Siddaramaiah along with him. There is no doubt that Siddaramaiah commands a majority among the MLAs and Shivakumar doesn't. So he wants to take everyone along. He doesn't want to cut a sorry figure, when the actual time comes for him to take over. So he wants the support of Siddaramaiah, and he wants the support of Siddaramaiah supporters also. That's very crucial. And the statement made by this Lingayat seer, I think, is a shot in the arm for DK Shivakumar, because as Mr. Upadhyay said, he is already a leader of the Vocaligas, and he needs the support of the Lingayats. Lingayats are, on very good numbers among the Congress MLAs, and they are a powerful political force. So he wants their backing also. So, and to that extent, I think Shivakumar has played his cards well, and he has taken the support of these seer. And there are many sects among the Lingayats, and this is one of the powerful mutts, in Karnataka. And he will certainly, I think, go on to ensure the support of other Lingayat Swamijis for himself, and that's going to be very crucial because the mutts play a very important role in Karnataka, in politics also. The statement made by the Swamiji is highly political in nature. And, even the Vakaliga Swamijis also have, made some such statements from time to time. So this is one of the factors, key factors in Karnataka, which may, even alter the political situations.
If you look at Karnataka politics, there have always been two very dominant communities, Vokkaligas and Lingayats. And if DK Shivakumar has managed to get both on board, he is himself a Vokkaliga, so he's already got that support. And if he's managed to get the Lingayat support too, that's huge for him. And what's very clear from his strategy is, unlike many other politicians, he's choosing to play this almost like a test match, not a T20. So he's taking his time, he's biding his time, he's ensuring he kind of gathers all the support, knowing full well that he has the next few months to build the necessary support and trust, not just within the Karnataka Congress, but also among crucial vote banks for the Congress in Karnataka. Thank you very much, Mr. Upadhyay and Mr. Arun, for your time and joining us here on India Today with your analysis of what's playing out in Karnataka. You've heard from the experts. The message is very clear that it's not so much a question of if, but a question of when.